Hey everyone, it's Nashwauk Steve here. Today I'm in the bathroom downstairs because we have a problem with our bath fan. This thing has gotten really noisy. It's been like months, maybe years it's been loud. When someone takes a shower and turns this on, you can hear it all over the house because it's screwed into a floor joist and it just rattles up in the kitchen like crazy. Here's what it sounds like in the bathroom. These things are supposed to be a lot quieter than that. This one does not sound healthy. So we're going to dig into it and see how you go about replacing a bath fan, or at least the parts of it that are making noise. And we'll learn something while we do it. Let's rip into it, get this cover off, and see what we see. Okay, so if you've never taken one of these off before, they have a little spring clip that holds them in place. So you can pull it down like a couple inches or an inch and a half or like that. And you have to reach in here and squeeze together the little thin metal wires that are in there, so it makes it kind of spring fit. Look kind of like that, if you can see it. That'll open it up, and then you got one more back here. Squeeze that and open it up. So that's what it looks like. These two things squeeze together. Now that we have it up here, we can see what's going on. You got your motor here. You've got this mounting plate that it sits on. And then on the other side of the mounting plate, you have the squirrel cage fan, whatever you want to call it there, that spins around. And then this is all plugged in here with like just a little 2-prong plug. So what we're going to try to do is get some information off of this plate. There's some model information here and size, and then see if we can find a replacement. The other important thing we want to get to is the dimensions of this box, because the box itself isn't going to get replaced. It's just going to be this mounting plate maybe. And then the motor and the fan assembly itself. So we'll see what's out there for replacing it. Let's get a measurement on this thing though right now. Okay, so if we measure just the metal box, we've got 7 1/4 that way. And we have 7 1/2 that way. So that's our measurements we're going to use when we go look for replacement parts. So the other thing I notice here is I see that this is a Broan fan. Model number 771-A. So I'll look for that too. Okay, I found what I'm looking for here. Motor for a 771-A, which is what I have. So I think if it's got the right model, it should be okay. Okay, this isn't like a true unboxing part of the video because I actually opened it already. But the order came with, the squirrel cage fan housing there. We have a matching little motor with that 2-prong plug that's going to plug in there. This seems to be nice, spins really well, and so yeah, I think that's going to be okay. What else came with? Just some parts and pieces. Look like just nuts and washers because it's going to use the existing housing there, and it has its own little threaded studs on the motor. That's what those nuts will be for. And then some instructions telling you how to do it, which is actually, it looks like really simple. You just pry that plate out after the motor's unplugged, and then push this through, connect the fan and the motor, just friction fit together. It's just a tight fit, so you squeeze that together, put those nuts on to hold the motor in place. Do that first probably, because the fan wheel will be in the way. And then like snap it back in place is all it says. So we're gonna give that a try. Okay, unplugging there. And it looks like there's just a couple tabs in here that need to be pried. So okay, so looking up in here, we have, this side has 2 tabs that go into the metal housing. This side over here looks like it has 1. So we're just gonna pry on this one that has 1, and hopefully that pops this thing out. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that popped it out. You can see there's a gap there now. So looks like it's just gonna rotate down for me here. I don't want it to drop, but yeah, there we go. This thing will just come out like this, and look at that, we're free. Okay, let's get this thing disassembled a little bit and get the new one put on here. Okay, so if I understand this correctly, this wheel should just pop off of here. I'm gonna push it from the inside out. Yep, it's going. Okay, Slides off nice and easy. And then there's these little nuts in here that are holding the motor onto the plate. So I just gotta pop those things off. So. 3/16 wrench does it out of my wife's tool chest here, which is in the house, which is nice and convenient. Yeah, those aren't very tight at all, so that slides those right off. Now I'm going to keep the orientation of everything the same, so I want to just take this plate off like this, set it next to how the motor was like that, so I know exactly how things were. Okay, here's a new motor. Just like this, looks the same, has the same studs on it. Go through it, so lift this plate up, put this in. Everything lines up beautifully. And the only difference here is it mentions in the instructions that there's like these rubber washers that go in there as well. I think it might be for sound dampening, which would be a nice thing. So in the package, there are rubber shock absorber pads provided by us to replace the aging ones. Use the screws provided on there to do it. So yeah, so put those in to do some shock absorbing. So we're going to go rubber washer, metal washer, nut. Same thing on the other side. Okay, here's a close-up view of what I did. Old motor pops out, new motor goes in, everything lines up nice. Put it right on. Use those rubber dampening washers, metal washer, and the nut on top. We'll tighten that down, and we'll be in business. Okay, that's good. Now the only thing we need to do is put this cage back on, and the assembly will be done. There is a flat spot on here. I don't know if you can see it. In there's like a flat part of that circle where the shaft will go on there. So I can see it from this side. I can see where it's at on there. So I'm going to try to line that up as best I can with my eye. Something like that. All right, there we go. And you push it on right until the shaft is flush with the back of that wheel. So voila, like that. So that looks pretty good. Okay, let's get this thing back up in the air. So you've got that spot with the two tabs here, with the single tab over on this side here, further from the camera. We're gonna go up and slip in the two tab side. Get those home, and then the single tab side should just slide up and give a gentle click. That was it. That's all there is to it. The plug is exposed, everything lines up well again. Just gotta plug it in and go from there. Okay, now for the moment of truth, we're gonna turn it on and see what it sounds like. It should be a lot quieter, I hope. 3, 2, 1. Ah, beautiful. Music to my ears. Okay, while you have your sealing grate down, it's a good idea to clean it off because these things get really gross from the humidity and the dust. Just put it in some warm water, rinse it out. These louvers all have like an angle inside of them, so you really have to kind of get in there. If you have a hand sprayer with your sink, that helps to get in there and clean it all out. But yeah, once that's done, I clean the outside of this too, just to get the dust off of it, because it's a ring there of dust. Squeeze the springs together there. Tip this side up. Squeeze them together again. Kind of hard to see, but we can get there. And once the springs are there, gently push it up into position, just like that. All right, that's it for this project. Thanks for watching. It was a pretty easy one. So if you have something like this going on, don't be afraid to jump in and just replace that motor. It's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I'll admit, when I first had this problem, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to replace the whole box and get in there and do drywall work and whatever. Not the case. Replace the guts of it. Good to go. So I'm going to turn this on for one last time just because it's so satisfying to hear how quiet it is compared to what it was. Here we go. Oh, so much better. Thanks for watching.